Hey everyone, let's talk Jeskai. Let's talk Delver. So this is another one of the modern decks I'm currently playing right now, and it's pretty awesome. I've played other Jeskai variants like typical Jeskai Geist list and Jeskai Flash, and that main Jeskai Flash list that was popularized after last year's Grand Prix Kyoto has been slowing down. So people are starting to run Jace, they're running more Celestial Colonnades, Search for Esconta, things like that. It's starting to turn into a more draw go kind of control deck. And personally, I don't really think that's what Jeskai is about. I think Jeskai is about burn. I think it's about aggression and being able to morph between being an aggressive role and a controlling role very quickly. If you're going to play those more tap out style control decks or draw go style control decks, you just want to play blue white or you want to play Esper. So I'm going back to the roots here, and we're going back to Delver. I'll quickly go over the list, but this deck is very, very fast, and it's very, very good, and I seem to think it fits in the meta right now. It's incredible against any other aggro opponent, so see, Affinity Humans is a really big deck in the meta right now, and this has a highly favorable matchup against humans. And there also seems to be kind of a downshift in the amount of Tron decks lately, despite the boost in Jund, which is kind of weird. So that being said, you can get away with playing more Jeskai. Alright, so we have 4 Delver Secrets, 2 Grim Lavamancer, which is just continuous removal, and it can grind against the attrition decks like Jund. Young Pyromancer for when we have to go wide, and then I was on 3 Snapcaster Mages, but now I'm doing a 2-1 split between 2 and a Direfleet Daredevil, which is pretty awesome. I actually just last night was playing this deck, and I Direfleet Daredevil and took someone else's surgical extraction that they used on me to then remove cards from their deck, which was pretty cool interaction. You get to do some interesting lines with this card. 3 Guys to St. Traft is our finisher, and it's a really fast clock against combo decks, things like Scape Shift or Storm, where they're not going to have anything on the ground. And then for our counter suite, we have 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Logic Knot, 3 Remand. Remand's going to be good in this kind of build because we're really just honestly trying to tempo them out. And we have more hard counters in the sideboard if we need them. Okay, cantrips, 3 Opt, 4 Serum Visions. You want to be heavier on Serum Visions because the Scry 2 after the draw, because you can just set up flips with Delver. And then removal, we're on full 4 Path, 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Lightning Helix. Which is the cool thing about Jeskai is you can switch between your removal just turning into burn, so you get less dead cards against non-creature decks. 2 Boros Charms for burn, but it also doubles as making our creatures indestructible, which is really good against Geist of St. Traft, because that's where he struggles, is when you're going to attack and suddenly they're going to, flash in a Snapcaster Mage to block them or something like that. Just a one of Is It Charm? Multi-purpose thing. It can either be a Spell Pierce, a Faithless Looting, or a Shock. And then our mana base, we're on 18 lands. It's really all you need for this deck. And 3 Spire Bluff Canal, and then for shock, or fetches, I should say, we have 4 Flooded Strand. We're on 2 Tarns, 2 Arid Mesa. And I like this split being heavily on the Flooded Strands instead of Scalding Tarns, because we have so much blue-red from our turn 1 play with Spire Bluff Canal, and we honestly do need white. And then for shocks, 1 Sacred Foundry, 2 Hollowed Fountain, 2 Steam Vents, and then 1 Plains, 1 Island. And we'll quickly go over sideboard. 2 Ceremonious Rejection, Affinity, Lantern, Tron, 2 Dispel, against Burn, other creature deck, or non-creature decks. On the Gate, same thing, Disdainful Stroke. Disdainful Stroke is, I think, a very good card, because it's good against, obviously, Tron and Eldrazi, Scape Shift, but I also like it against, like, blue-white control decks that play Cryptic Command, or Jace. It actually is now somewhat relevant against Jund with the amount of Bloodbraid Elves, but, that might be kind of a stretch. We have 2 Anger of the Gods. It's fast aggro. Dredge. A Braid. Really good against Hollow One, against humans. Affinity. It does all types of things. Blessed Alliance. Similar to an Edict effect, it's good against opposing Geist of St. Traphs. I like it against Eldrazi Tron. Reality Smasher is really good against, you don't have to discard, and also the life gain is good against burn. 2 Rest in Peace. Any Graveyard Matters decks, Storm, Dredge, that sort of thing. 1 Izzet Static Caster against tokens, or X1 decks, Collected Company kind of decks. And a Vidillion Click against combo, or anything where we need an additional fast flying clock. And that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.